And good morning, traders. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and building expert advisors for the MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 platforms. I'll not be selling signals at any time because I just found out it is against the law in my country, with the CFTC sharply frowns upon anybody giving trading advice, such as when to buy, when to sell, etc. So we don't do that here. We don't do that on this channel either. However, we do show ways on how to make money with trading Forex. And in testing my latest EAs, something I'm finding is that there's some years are better for Forex than others. So it's not a constant just open an account and money automatically pours into your account, and there are substantial risks while trading Forex. Also, I want to remind you that if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Don't be scared, it's okay. And if you want to find out when more of these videos come out, then hit the subscribe button, and I'd love to have you. So with that, let's go ahead and, we also help me and you to make money trading Forex. So that is that's the goal. However, the risks are substantial, and they go something like this. First, this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration. I have held NFA registration in the past. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, carefully consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So with that, let's go ahead and get into what we are working on today. And we are testing a new EA, and apparently I'm going to have to upgrade my camera thing from one version to another. It's not reading the lines going up and down, but we're testing an EA right now, as you can see by the white little thingy over there on the side. So it's going up and down, showing the GJ. So testing something on the GJ. As you can see, there are no trading results so far because we also apparently have our filters too tight. We're testing the buy side on a new EA. Oh well, enough of that. Let's get into something different. Let's talk about me some more. This is the back end of Trading Forex for Profit. This is the journal and the calculator. Got the risk calculator right here where we can calculate our trades and calculate how much money we are winning or losing on our trades. Right now I am going through QA and kind of dressing it up a little bit and seeing how this works. Here are my alleged accounts, and these were built just for testing. I'm kind of clearing them out so I can start using it for real, in which case you may see my real balances, but that's okay because I'm not a baller, nor do I tear up Ferraris or anything like that. But here are some other links that I've got in here. You manage accounts, the dashboard, admin panel. We're not going to go to that because that's my panel. That's why I manage the site and users and stuff like that. So with that, here's what it looks like on the front page, on the front end, and we do have pricing available too. Very, very convenient pricing, built just for you, just for traders, because this is also what I've built to help me become a better trader too. And then here we have my EAs that are available right now. We've got 5 downloads on the Bollinger Band RSI Mean Reversion Pro and Bollinger Band RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 5. MetaTrader 5 is not working as well as MetaTrader 4 version. MetaTrader 4 version is boasting an absurd profit factor of like 12. But I am going to pull that in there and see if we can't get some more trades, because it only traded potential 5 trades or 5 or 6 trades over the course of 6 years, which is very profitable, but you know, not what we think. So what were we getting into? Oh yeah, I don't have the main thing we talked about here. So we're going to go to Trading View now, and I think I'm already logged in. Hopefully. Oh no, am I not logged in? Nope, not logged in. Give me just a second. And there we are. That's better. We're recording again. Yes, we're recording again. Okay, so we're going to start out with the US 10-year yield. As you can hear, Henry, the Forex trading parakeet, is going nuts in the other room for some reason. I don't know. But we're going to start with the US 10-year. I'm going to also talk about the JPY 10-year, since I think this is going to be coming up substantially. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime. We're going to start seeing an unwinding between the U.S. and the Japanese carry trade. As you can see right now, it's pretty much static. It hasn't really gone anywhere in the past couple of years. We're going to start seeing that perk up a little bit more with the increase of prospective increase in inflation, prospective, I should say, due to higher gas prices. However, we really haven't felt it that much in the United States so far. Now, I felt it. Don't get me wrong. I felt it yesterday when I put money in the car, when I put gas in the car. But this is the part that I'm talking about: is with the increasing interest rates in Japan. Eventually, they're going to hike rates. Eventually, their bond market is going to force the rate hike, and that is going to get us to where the the divergence between the interest rates between the United States and Japan will decrease sharply, and that will end what we call the carry trade. Because right now you can put money on a buy the dollar versus the yen, and earn money on it. Now, if you've got to have a substantial amount of money to make it lucrative, but that's why buying the U.S. versus the yen is much better than selling right now. Now that may change. It's also with the Great British Pound and the JPY. Their yield is higher than ours. How about that? They've got higher inflation in Great Britain, it looks like, than we have here in the United States. Possibly. I don't know. According to this 10-year bond yield right now, got substantially higher at almost 5% here. And we have it at... I have a weekly. Let's go ahead and pull this out a little bit. Yeah, so they never recovered from the high inflation of 2022. It more like embedded it in Great Britain, whereas ours came off a little bit, but I expect it to go back up again. At any rate, let's go over to, so at any rate, if you think inflation is going to go down, it's not. Prices are always going to be going up because that's the way the financial system is built. I like it less than you do, but that's where it is. Let's get into what we're talking about today. The weekly look ahead means the weekly chart look ahead. We'll see if we can't get some idea of what's going on in the weekly world. So first, looks like this gap finally filled in right here. Oh no, this gap. Where's the bottom of the ceasefire gap? Where's that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's done. This gap got filled in this past week, so we're looking at possibly lower DXY. However, it is needs to break about 90. Break through that about 97.6 to actually start building momentum again. So right now it's kind of comfy right there at 98.2. So that's 98 to 98.2 is kind of a strong resistance area. So we'll see what happens with that. Euro versus the Great British Pound. Very comfy right there at 86.39, 86.40 we'll call it. And that's looking like a very strong support level. At least it has been for a while. We'll see if the Great British Pound can, the British Pound can overcome the Euro and make it fall lower into where it was around March 2025. That would make me happy because it'll give me some fun trading stuff, fun trading areas. Euro has been quite boring on a weekly. If you look at this range right here, this range has been in place since April of 2025. Well, actually not that broke range there. So June of 2025. So for the past almost a year, the euro has been trading between 113.97, 114 we'll call it, and 118.5. So those are rough numbers. So according to this, you would think that this is just easy to do. It's not easy to do. As testing my latest EA has found, is that we're getting a lot fewer trades in here because it's not meeting all the credentials. Now, hindsight is 2020, but when you're actively in the field looking for trades, it makes it a lot more difficult. Again, I don't see this range breaking down. As a matter of fact, the range looks like it's tightening a little bit. And now we're looking at 117.5 as the top instead of this one up here. So that's just a 4-week anomaly, 5-week anomaly. January to March, well, more like 8-week anomaly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll call it 7. 7 weeks. for that to break down and get back into this range. But we are looking at 116.5 to be the low. I would love for it to be down here around 114. I think that would make my life a lot easier to place trades. Pound versus the dollar. Again, very range bound and has been for quite some time, since about the same time, March 2025. Again, this is a much clearer range on this one, but it is a lot more jumpy. So you're going to get a lot more good days, bad days out of that. So that might be something to look into. Dollar versus the chef. The Swissy, as we call it, as I like to call it, has been coming down, as with the decrease in the DXY. Or Swiss franc strength, maybe? Maybe. They used to be the benchmark of for financial trading, and we'll see if that continues. Give me just a second. That's going to be another. Oh, well, I run my tech stack has two machines. Got a machine over there and three 27-inch monitors, because that's cool. After that, let's go to the dollar versus the yen. See what's happening over here. A big, big decrease. Look at that. That is what I was talking about earlier with the divergence closing between the more of a convergence taking place between the dollar, U.S. dollar 10-year bond yields and the Japanese 10-year bond yields. So that's what we saw this past week. Saw a big decrease right here of about 229, 230 pips. Very nice. I did not catch any of that, but I did catch something over here. Same thing with the British pound. This range was a much, much broader. 246 pips down. However, the range on it is close to 500 pips. It's 600 pips. Whoa. I did catch 100 pips of that, so I did make one of my accounts happy. However, it was something that happened so fast that there's no way you could predict it. I saw the headline, placed a trade just to see what would happen, and it happened. So there was no, the headline was that we haven't talked about that yet. Let's go there. It was that the Japanese were going to consider tightening up on their things, on their possible, what do you call it? Intervention from the BOJ. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go here and see what is happening this next week. Apply settings. And let's see what we've got as far as event stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of discombobulated this morning because it's fun. Jolt's job openings, you know what that means in NFP. So we're going to have an Australian rate decision on Tuesday. Not really much of anything going on. We've got some Canadian Bank of Canada speak. Yeah, let's see if anybody cares. I shouldn't beat up on the Canadians like that, but they're better traders than I am. At any rate, we have the Australian stuff going on. Australian rate decision, Worth Bank decision coming out on Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, we also have the JOLTS job openings, which is going to be very interesting. ISM services, PMI, that'll be fun too. And then along with New Zealand unemployment. I do not trade the Kiwi. It's too jumpy, not enough liquidity for me, but hey. After that, we have an ADP non-farm payroll change on Wednesday, and some Fed speak, and some IVPMI for Canada, Purchasers Managing Index. And then we have the more Bank of Canada and Bank of New Zealand speak happening later on that day too. I don't know why. Unemployment claims, that'll be another nothing burger and has been since about 2012. I like the way that they went from red to orange on that because it's not even orange anymore. Let's see. Because we live in an era where you can pick up an iPhone and start a business. That is, in my opinion, the main reason why we don't have a lot of unemployment things going on these days. Unemployment claims being filed. Because it's also a pain to sit there and go through all the forms. It's almost a full-time job to get the forms to get a little bit of money. It doesn't make sense. Bank Governor Bailey from the BOE speaks on Friday, and then right 10 minutes before, not NFP. So we'll see what non-farm payroll changes in the United States and the unemployment rate. Probably going to go down, but who knows? And then also the Canadian employment change and unemployment rate also. And then Fed speak. Look at all that Fed speak on Friday night. Huh. That's weird. They should be at home watching movies or something. But instead, the Fed people are out trying to manipulate the market for Monday. So that ought to be fun. Excuse me. I have a lot of faith in none of these people, especially Goolsbee. I do not a big Goolsbee fan. I don't think he deserves to be a professor of economics anywhere. But then that's just me. He probably doesn't think I should deserve this channel. So, but I built it myself. That he was one part of Obama's. You didn't build that thing in back then. Oh well, back to the euro versus the pound. Not as substantial of a decrease on that. Well, yeah, there was 269, but the range is tighter. We'll call it 500 pounds. That's just my opinion too about the Fed governors. They've got jobs to do. So do I. Let's see, Canadian dollar versus the Canadian, right back down to this spot here. So this might be a time to get into a long. Might be a time to get into a long. It would be an opinion based anyway, not trading not trading advice, because I tried this last week and it did not work. So do not don't jump in it just because it's at a low. But if you do, you have to run it with no stop loss, and with no stop loss, it's going to stop you out, could destroy your entire account, especially if it decides to drop 200 pips. Then you're going to lose your account. So Canadian versus the yen. I know there's some traders out there that say you should never use a stop loss because you're admitting that that anything could happen. Well, I mean, yeah, anything can happen, and if it doesn't work to your advantage, then why do it? Coffee. Canadian versus the yen. Sometimes correlating with the price of oil, sometimes not. This is one of those times it did not. Trading range on this was only 340, it looks like. So for a big downturn there, you'd think that would be enough to kind of get all together. By the way, look at this candle over here. It happened in early February. This is a much bigger candle, and this is also when the when the BOJ was mentioning something about intervention. They have not intervened yet. If they intervene, it's down like 1,000 pips. This is intervention. This is not intervention. See the difference? 2024, this is intervention. It came down over 4 weeks. Came down to 105. So that is 2024. Yeah, July of 2024 was the last time the Bank of Japan really intervened. Here is also intervention. Take place over a long period of time. So they may be starting to intervene, but they have not intervened yet. I think it's just all headlines and scare tactics and stuff like that. Brokers freaking out. The big guys freaking out. Not that big guy, but the big guys in trading. Here we have the what's going on now? NYMEX crude oil. This is my benchmark for oil. For oil, I do not trade oil futures. However, I'm especially not going to trade that. On the chart, it looks easy, but in real life, it's so jumpy that you could lose a lot of money. Down, well, up, downhill. I don't know where it's going. It's all over the place. This one is on the week. Is down. Is up $7.50. Trying to test 100. Kind of, sort of. Well, so I would love for it to test 100, come back down to here, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. As long as we are intervening in the Middle East and doing whatever we're doing over there, the United States, not me personally. So I didn't do it, but the United States may be. Dollar versus the Aussie versus the dollar. Still, right. It closed right at 72 proper. How about that? It'd be kind of neat if it went up higher and they'd turn that into resistance, which is highly possible. They also have a rate decision coming up, and they are expected to. What are they expected to do? Great decision. They are expected to hike rates. How about that? So that's probably already priced in. With that already priced into the markets, then you're probably going to get a pullback and then surge higher. As, so we'll see what happens with that. Again, that's not trading advice, but you may want to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be highly volatile that night, so it depends on how you like your volatility. Gold versus the dollar coming down for the past couple. It's been down for the past couple of weeks, and it's now testing support at 46. See if it can break 46, and then after that, next support level will be right there at 44.84. Breaks 44.84, we could see a complete unwinding of gold. However, something that I've noticed is that when peace breaks out in the Middle East, gold surges. So we could see a lot more of this range taking place. Keep in mind it was range bound for decades before it broke out, before it finally broke out, and it likes to be range bound. It does not like gold, for some reason, does not like to go bouncy bouncy. Platinum right there. Not really quite sure what to call that. Looks like a dragonfly doji, but that doesn't mean much. So it could be a turnaround on platinum coming soon. Palladium. Again, same. I don't know what to think about palladium. Silver, my favorite, my personal favorite. Again, close to a dragonfly doji, but it's not a. I wouldn't call that a reversal at all. Gets down to here, it could be a reversal. Down to 67.50. We'll see if it can get down that low. And again, let's see what happens with the IGV. Software is starting to perk up, starting to consolidate a little bit in this range right here. I don't know that that's a thing or not. HubSpot, I always like to look at this. HubSpot down, up $16 this past week. How about that? Salesforce, again, assuming people will start answering the phone soon. $4 or up 4%, $7. Intuit, I'm an Intuit customer. That is up to $400 an ounce, down or up to $400 down from $800. GoDaddy, again, none of these are not. They're basically coming back down to where it was before the AI freak out, when everybody said, "Oh, AI is going to be able to make you pancakes and everything," and it doesn't. I use AI on things. I do not use. I use AI to build software faster, but I don't necessarily use it to predict the future. It's not going to do that. I think it's good. I mean, when AI is pulling information from Reddit, then you're not going to predict much anything. Nvidia down on the week. How about that? Bearish engulfing candle. I like it. Maybe if Nvidia starts falling apart, that would be kind of cool. And then let's look it up. Lonely Upwork down here. This is not part of the IGV, but it's just part of my personal pain points because Upwork promised the moon and did not deliver. I used to represent Upwork. I used to be an Upwork developer, and I was an Upwork developer for a good 12 years, and made about $90,000, $80,000. Working with Upwork before it tanked, and then everybody thought you could just build a website in 20 minutes, and therefore it would cost you about $20, and that's when I got out. So that's all I've got this week. Look for a lot of fun, fireworks coming up with NFPs. We'll see how that works, and we'll see what happens with that, see if there are any trading opportunities. And again, I invite you to check out tradingforexforprofit.com, and you could actually track your trades and see what you like to do better. Manage your accounts right over here. These are not real accounts. I do not have a $250,000 account. That's just for testing purposes. So we'll see what happens from there. That's all I've got today. You guys have a great one. Happy trading. Look forward to seeing you all next week as we get into the NFP week. So it should be fun. That's our butt. Yeah, Bitcoin. Oh well, that's about all I've got this week. You guys have a great one. If you like this video, then hit the thumbs up button and like the video. If you want to see more of these videos, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt. It'll be fun, and we can see more of these videos. And if you want to talk to me in the channels, then by all means, hit me up in the comment section, and I'll respond to you as soon as I see that I've got a comment. So you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.